How's it going? TheSketchMonkey here, and welcome back to a new video. And guess what? There is a brand new luxury SUV on the market. Genesis has officially launched the GV80, its first SUV, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the spec and tech of this new car, its price, and last but definitely not least, its gorgeous design. So let's dive in. The GV80 introduces a variety of firsts for the Genesis brand, and by variety I mean a lot of firsts for this brand, including a 6-cylinder diesel engine, which will of course not be available in the US because we don't do diesel here, electronically controlled suspension with the road preview, and road active noise cancellation. The GV80 represents the essence of the innovative spirit of Genesis, said William Lee, global head of the Genesis brand, as we launch the GV80, our first luxury flagship SUV. We simultaneously opened up a new chapter for Genesis, and the V in the GV80 represents versatility that only a Genesis can offer. The production GV80 realizes the vision of the GV80 Concept, first shown at the 2017 New York International Auto Show, and this falls into the category of the TheSketchMonkey approved transitions from concept to production. Well done, Genesis. It's not an easy feat. Now, if you could also do the same with the absolute gorgeous Genesis Essentia Concept, that would be fantastic. And please, make it electric. Can't put my finger on it, but it has that electric feel to its design. Alright, back to the GV80 here. The first impressions I have of the GV80 is that it looks very dynamic for an SUV. It looks like it's moving forward even when it's standing still. It's very British in its styling. I see a lot of Bentley in there, some Lincoln as well, the aviator vibes, a sprinkle of Volvo simplicity in the graphics, and Bentley. And there is a reason for the Bentley references here, and we'll get back to that in just a minute. There is also a part of the GV80 that if you were to compare it to the DBX and crop out that portion of both cars, it will be very difficult to tell which is which. That part is the C-pillar section, where the C-pillar meets the shoulder line. In both these cars, this distinct line dips or slopes in the exact same way and creates this forward-leaning motion looking at the cars from a side view. Normally this line would be kind of broken up over the rear wheels and the rear fender and have more of a muscular shoulder, and the best example I can show you of this type of design is, for example, the Bentley Bentayga. But I think the unbroken line here looks fantastic, and it really gives this car, this SUV, a dynamic look, which is not an easy thing to do. The GV80 joins the lineup alongside the G70, the G80, and the G90 sedans with more than a common thread of design identity. The interior and exterior styling of the GV80 was a result of a collaboration between Genesis design studios located in South Korea, the United States, and also Germany. We enjoyed the challenge to apply athletic elegance design language to an SUV architecture, said Luke Donkervalke, Chief Design Officer at Hyundai. Hold on a minute, Luke Donkervalke, that rings a bell. Oh yeah, it's the same designer who penned the Lamborghini Gallardo and the Murcielago, two absolute legends for the Lamborghini brand and its survival. After that, he went on and worked for a British manufacturer. Can you guess which British manufacturer we're talking about here? That's right, he was responsible for the design of the 2014 Bentley Flying Spur and the Bentley EXP10 Speed 6 concept car. Now it makes sense why the GV80 feels so Bentley-ish. Another car he also designed is the Hyundai Kona. So he has quite an interesting resume. Signature Genesis design elements visible on the GV80 are the big CREST grille up front, the parabolic line that runs along the side of the car, accentuated by power lines above each wheel in the fenders, emphasizing stance and presence. One detail I really love with this design is the continuous line that wraps around the car, and made even clearer by the fact that this is part of the lights of the car. If you look at the car from a straight side view, you can see it more clearly. It's a straight line that goes from the headlights, pops back up in the side indicators, and then stretches all the way back to form the taillights. Two simple strokes, nothing too complex, yet it's such a powerful little detail. The quad lamp graphic will become the most recognizable, unique signature of Genesis design, as the simplest of lines communicate a distinct identity. This is what Mr. Donkerwolke said. Two lines will come to define Genesis. The interior of the GV80 focuses on the beauty of white space, which is tied to the South Korean architectural philosophy. The concept of luxury in space defines the open feeling of the cabin of the GV80. The width of the interior of the GV80 is emphasized through the design of sleek, thin air vents that run across the passenger compartment. A 14.5-inch split-screen infotainment display sits front and center atop the dashboard. The number of hard buttons and switches was intentionally kept to a minimum, both for aesthetic purposes and ease of use. And this is something that I'm not really sure about, because if it was me, so far from what I've tested, I want to have the main features of the interior design, such as the heat control and the climate control, the radio and so on. I want to have those be physical buttons, because usually it takes longer to go into a display and a software to change all this. But I haven't seen how this works specifically, so it might be a good idea in this car. In up-level variants, soft materials cover every single surface of the interior, from the inside of the door handles to the quilted knee pads that line the lower sides of the console. The control unit on the center console covers an electronic shift-by-wire transmission base with dial-style shift, and handwriting recognition for data entry is available through the Genesis integrated controller. You know, it was only 10 years ago when Hyundai made the statement that they would become a serious player in the luxury SUV category. And most of the car companies at the time laughed at them, because Hyundai wasn't really known for its build quality and design in 2009. But here we are with the beautiful GV80 in 2020, and I have to say congratulations and well done to Hyundai for achieving this goal and shutting everybody up. Driving the GV80 is intended to be as stress-free as possible. Augmented reality navigation utilizes virtual driving guidelines over actual driving images to help drivers recognize roads. Video taken by the front-mounted camera will be displayed on the infotainment screen, and the optimal driving path will be displayed in a virtual graphic so that the driver can drive along the route easily and accurately. Genesis GV80 also features the world's first application of road active noise cancellation, RANC technology, which dramatically reduces road noise while driving. The system is completely digital and generates sound waves of opposite phases by analyzing road noise in real time, dramatically reducing irregular simultaneous road noise. Another world first is an active motion driver seat that contains 7 air cells, a feature that is intended to reduce fatigue from long hours of driving. There are a lot of firsts in the GV80. As an authentic Genesis, the GV80 is based on a unique rear-wheel drive platform, and all-wheel drive is optional. It will launch in the home market of South Korea with a Genesis exclusive 278 horsepower 3-liter 6-cylinder diesel engine. However, as mentioned before, this powertrain will not be available in the US market. Instead, 2 turbocharged gasoline engines will be available in the GV80 for the US market. A 2.5 turbocharged inline-4 producing 290 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque, and a brand new 3.5-liter V6 that will replace the 3.3-liter unit currently found in the Genesis lineup. You can expect the V6 to offer at least 400 horsepower and 4 400 pound-feet of torque. No official pricing has been released, but you can expect the base sticker of this GV80 to be around $50,000. US cars will be equipped with all-wheel drive and an electronically controlled limited slip differential at the rear axle. Electronically controlled suspension with road preview, another Genesis first, helps provide passengers with improved ride comfort by recognizing information on the road ahead via the front camera. There are a bunch of new technology and features in the GV80. Here are some of these that are worth mentioning. It's equipped with a smart cruise control with machine learning. A world's first, again, is an artificial intelligence-based navigation technology that helps enable the GV80 to independently learn the driving characteristics of its drivers and implement autonomous driving similar to the way a human drives. It also has rear cross-traffic collision avoidance assist, RCCA. This system uses rear side radar to help detect and prevent impact with obstacles. Another feature is the driver attention alert warning. This system monitors the driver's attention when driving by analyzing driving patterns and behaviors. A forward-looking camera monitors the driver and will generate pop-up messages and warning tones when fatigue or forward-looking neglect is detected, which is really good because this means that cars now will yell at you if you pick up your phone when you're driving. So what's my verdict on the Genesis GV80? Let's focus on the design. It's one of the best looking SUVs out there in my opinion. It seems to be just the right size as well. Not too big to feel like a small apartment and not too small either. It just feels right. Some of you told me that you don't like the big grills of these new Genesis models, but I think it's something different. It's same with the BMW's new vintage style kidneys. It's kind of a new take on an old design and I find it very refreshing. Now, Mr. Donkelwolke, if you happen to see this video, we need the Essentia to go to production. And while you do that, please don't lose the wonderful proportions of the design, which unfortunately happens way too often. And one last thing, make it electric, please. That is all I ask for. I'm the SketchMonkey. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.